What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this video, we're going over the latest news about your third stimulus check. Now the great news, folks, is that we finally have an official payment date for all of you to receive Social Security. This is super exciting. I know that many of you guys have not received a stimulus check from the IRS, but now the IRS finally gave us a specific date as to when you should expect to receive your stimulus payment. So yes, folks, your prayers have been answered. The IRS announced yesterday that the official payment date for those of you that have not received a stimulus check is April 7th. By the way, folks, do you think the IRS should have sent you a stimulus check before April 7th? Tell me down in the comments. Leave a comment down below saying yes or no. Now, I do notice that a lot of you still have not seen a pending deposit in your bank accounts. Some of you are still also seeing a payment status, not available message, or when you check the IRS Get My Payment tool. So now in this video, I'll be explaining why you're seeing this message on the Get My Payment tool on the IRS website. And I'm going in detail about how you can receive a stimulus check from the IRS before April 7th. So be sure to stay until the end of this video, folks, so you never miss out on the useful stimulus check information. So the US Treasury Department just announced that Social Security recipients and other Americans who do not normally file a tax return can expect their third stimulus payment to be processed this weekend. This is great news, everybody. I want you to make sure that you guys keep an eye out on your bank accounts this Saturday and Sunday, because you never know when your stimulus check of $1,400 could be in there. You never know. The IRS or the Treasury Department could all of a sudden deposit a stimulus check right into your bank account this Saturday and even this Friday. Alright, everybody, so the US Treasury Department just announced that Social Security recipients and other Americans who do not normally file a tax return can expect their third stimulus payment to be processed this weekend. And this is great news for all of you that have not received a stimulus check. Keep an eye out for April 7th, everybody, because that is the official payment date for most of you to receive a stimulus payment. Remember that the IRS usually begins processing stimulus checks on Fridays. Then on Wednesday, which is a few days later, you should be able to access your $1,400 payment. So yes, folks, I'm really happy for all of you that are about to receive a stimulus check. And I'm glad that the IRS finally gave us some very useful information yesterday. The IRS will likely be sending you your stimulus check through direct deposit into your Direct Express credit card account. But if you guys do not have a Direct Express account, don't worry. The IRS is going to use whatever information they have to send you a stimulus payment. Yesterday, the IRS and the US Treasury Department released a statement. They said that they believe payments will begin to be issued this weekend to Social Security recipients and other federal beneficiaries who do not normally file a tax return, with the projection that the majority of these payments will be sent electronically and received on April 7th. But there's one thing that I'm worried about, everybody. The IRS clearly stated that they estimate most Social Security recipients will receive their stimulus checks by or on April 7th. They did not say that everyone who has not received a stimulus check as of today is going to receive one by April 7th. So technically, folks, the IRS is giving us a timeline. An estimated timeline of April 7th as the goal of sending out more payments. So I wouldn't be surprised if more of you guys have to wait longer to receive a stimulus check. It would be terrible if the IRS does not get out all the third stimulus checks by April 7th. The agency has had more than enough time to work on all of this, and it's very disappointing to see how many people that are on Social Security benefits, SSI and SSDI, are basically on the bottom of the IRS list for the third stimulus checks. I believe that those of you on Social Security benefits like SSI and SSDI should have gotten a stimulus check before anybody else. And it's also very disappointing that those of you that are on VA benefits still have to wait for the third round of stimulus. I don't know why the IRS is taking forever to process stimulus checks for those of you that are on VA benefits. To this day, the IRS still does not have a payment date for VA beneficiaries that have not received a stimulus check. The agency has only said that they estimate their checks could be issued by mid-April and expects to provide more specifics soon. The IRS continues to say that people have not received a stimulus check because they've not gotten all the information that they need. The agency said on Tuesday it had begun a multi-step process to check the beneficiaries' eligibility and calculate their payments. According to the IRS, here are some Social Security recipients that have already received their third stimulus check. Those include beneficiaries who used the non-filers tool last year or have already filed the 2019 or 2020 tax returns. It seems like the IRS focused more on getting out stimulus checks to taxpayers and not low-income people, such as those of you that are over age 65. The IRS said it is much more difficult to send out the checks to some SSI recipients because the agency has to determine where to send the checks to for those recipients. The IRS often relies on tax returns to determine eligibility, as well as direct deposit information. What are your thoughts on this, everybody? Leave them in the comments down below. It seems like those of you that are on VA benefits are still being left out on receiving a third stimulus check. The IRS has got to understand that we have all been waiting weeks for our stimulus money. People cannot continue to keep on waiting and waiting. It's sort of ridiculous, everybody. Now that is all the news in this video, folks. If you guys found this video useful and helpful, feel free to subscribe to my channel and give this video a like.
I'll begin with the heart of the plan. It modernizes transportation infrastructure, our roads, our bridges, our airports. I just left your airport. The director of the airport said we're about to renovate the airport. Is that right, Mr. County Executive? We're going to renovate it. We're going to employ thousands of people. And she looked at me and said, I can't thank you enough for this plan. It grows the economy in key ways. It puts people to work to repair and upgrade that we badly need. It makes it easier and more efficient to move goods, to get to work, and to make us more competitive around the world. Some of you local officials know when someone wants to come in the area and a company wants to invest, what do they ask? Where's the first rail bed? How can I get to the railroad? What access to interstate do I have? What's the water like? Tell me about it. It goes on and on. It's about infrastructure. The American Jobs Plan will modernize 20,000 miles of highways, roads, and main streets that are in difficult shape right now. It'll fix the nation's 10 most economically significant bridges in America that require replacement. Remember that bridge that went down? We got 10 most economically significant bridges with more commerce going across it that need to be replaced. We'll also repair 10,000 bridges, desperately needed upgrades to unclog traffic, keep people safe, and connect our cities, towns, and tribes across the country. The American Jobs Plan will build new rail corridors and transit lines, easing congestion, cutting pollution, slashing commute time, and opening up investment in communities that become connected to the cities and cities to the outskirts, where a lot of jobs are these days. It'll reduce the bottlenecks of commerce at our ports and our airports. The American Jobs Plan will lead to a transformational progress in our effort to tackle climate change with American jobs and American ingenuity, protect our community from billions of dollars of damage from historic superstorms, floods, wildfires, droughts, year after year, by making our infrastructure more secure and resilient and seizing incredible opportunities for American workers and American farmers in a clean energy future. Skilled workers, like one we just heard from, building a nationwide network of 500,000 charging stations, creating good-paying jobs by leading the world in the manufacturing and export of clean electric cars and trucks. We're going to provide tax incentives and point-of-sale rebates